Hey guys, hope you're having a great day. Tim back with another video. I am inside today because outside it is raining cats and dogs. I like to do videos in my car, but when it's raining, I come inside. So it's okay, it's apropos because I am doing a video that requires visual aids. Yes, green Post-its and pink Post-its. They're supposed to be red, but they are here to represent the pros and cons of life in North Alabama. So it's good that we're doing an inside video. So on this video, I'm going to talk about the things that people love about this area and the things that people might not love as much. Okay, so the pros and cons. Hey, before I jump in though, if you don't mind, do me a favor. If you like what I do on this channel, click that subscribe button down there. Click the little bell notification icon, because if you click the bell, every time we do a video, you will be notified. And you know, God forbid you miss this, because it is an entertainment value. Also click the like and give us a thumbs up. So, all right, so let's talk about the pros and cons of living in North Alabama, specifically Huntsville, Madison, in the area. I think the very first pro that I need to mention is the city itself. The city itself is a great reason why people move here. You know, Huntsville is always at the top of those, all of those lists. Forbes magazine, Money magazine, USA Today, US News and World Report. Every time they do one of those lists of, you know, top 10 places to live, top 10 places to raise a family, top 10 places to start a business, top 10 places to start your career. Huntsville, Madison, we're always at the top of those lists. And because of that, the city itself has a great reputation as a place to live. So the number one pro is the city itself. Now, what do you think the number one con might be? Well, I hate to say it, but the number one con is also the city itself, specifically the growth of the area. Now, what we're experiencing here in North Alabama, in Huntsville, is hyper growth. We are growing so quickly thanks to the economic development, all of the companies moving here, bringing all of these people in with them. We've got thousands and thousands of new residents moving in here every year. And because of that, the city in some areas sometimes has a hard time keeping up. The infrastructure, the utilities, in my business in real estate, we're having a hard time providing houses to all these folks who are moving here. We're at a 20-year low in inventory of available homes, but the pro side of that coin is that we have lots of new construction going in. We've got lots of folks who are now selling who probably wouldn't have thought about it before. We've got lots more rentals coming on the market. So fast growth can be a con, but it can also be a pro. So we've got a wonderful city. We make the top of every list, but we're growing so quickly. There are spots here where we are having a hard time keeping up, or we're playing catch up. All right, the next pro in my mind is the people. The people who live here. I always say this, Huntsville is unlike any other Alabama town simply because a good number of the residents are not from here. They have relocated here literally from all over the world for jobs, for the educational opportunities. So when that happens, you're going to get a diversity of people that I think creates just, it's a trite little cliche, but a melting pot of cultures here. We have people of all race, all origin, from all over the world, all ethnicities, all religions, and they all come together to make Huntsville just a great place to live. And again, we are unlike any other Alabama town because a good portion of our people came here from somewhere else, and we're very diverse. I am one of the natives. I was born and raised here in Madison, you know, 61 years ago. It's funny, whenever I meet someone and they say, "Where are you from?" and I say, "Here," they're going, "What, really?" They're a little surprised that there are actual people here who were born and raised here. So the people, I think, the diversity of the culture is one of the things that I think makes it such a great place to live. Let's look at another pro, because I'm going to be honest with you, the pros greatly outweigh the cons. But there are some of each, so let's look at it. So the next pro that I think, and again, I made this list up because it is my video, is the opportunity that is afforded to folks living and moving here. We have one of the most, again, fastest growing cities in the country. Huntsville is the fastest growing city in the state. We're now the #1 largest city in the state, and that is, I think, because of the opportunity that is here. The powers that be have done an amazing job of economic development. We've got every company on the planet moving here, not just military and defense, but technology, Facebook, Google, Amazon, Blue Origin. All of the big companies that you hear about are locating here, and that creates a great opportunity for employment, and that's one of the reasons we're growing so quickly and we have a diverse population, is because people are coming here for the opportunity. All right. We have the 3rd largest population of engineers, scientists, and PhDs. All came here for the work, for the opportunity. We also have a great education system here. And this goes along with the opportunity. Not only do we have some of the top school systems in the state and in the country, but we also have higher education here. We've got the University of Alabama in Huntsville. We've got Alabama A&M University. We've got Oakwood University. We've got Athens State. We've got junior colleges like Calhoun. We've got technical schools. There is a lot of educational opportunity here. UAH, the University of Alabama in Huntsville, is one of the top engineering schools in the entire country. And so that attracts a lot of folks who are coming here to get the education, and they end up staying here because of all the job opportunities. Let's do a con, all right? I mentioned the city and the rapid growth is definitely a con. The city is growing quickly. There is some infrastructure hard to keep up. Whenever there is rapid growth, the city will play catch up for a while. The good news is the needs are being met fairly quickly. We've got so much development going on here. We've got so many companies moving here that the rapid growth is taking place, but there are measures being taken to address that. So here is the #1 complaint that I hear from folks not only moving here, but from here, and it is a con. There's a lack of things to do. I have heard this for 40 years. There are not enough restaurants. There's not enough entertainment. There's not enough this. There's not enough that. Well, the good news is because the city is growing and bringing in a diversity of people seeking these job and educational opportunities, now the city is actually providing more things to do. Because of all this growth, we're attracting more retail. We're attracting more restaurants. We're attracting more entertainment venues. We've got Top Golf here now. We've got a Dave & Buster's. We've got all of these things that are coming here, hopefully to give folks a thing to do. Primarily, I hear that from younger folks who are coming here from large cities or large college towns. And admittedly, we do not have the entertainment and the things that you would find in a much larger city, but we are catching up. Things are opening here every week. And so I think that lack of things to do, this little pink fella will eventually go away. So let's talk about the next pro, and that is the cost of living. Cost of living. Cost of living here in North Alabama is one of the lowest in the country, even with our opportunities, our income. The median income here is in the 80s, 90,000s because of all the engineers and scientists. The cost of living remains low. Our gas prices, lowest in the country on many lists. Housing. We talked a little bit about the housing already, but do you have any idea how much house you can get here for the money? Okay, the average median home price here is in the 250 to 300 range, but that would be a house that's 2,500 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, high-end amenities. I have clients moving here all the time from DC, Virginia, other places. And a lot of my customers are investors in California who are coming here to invest because of the housing cost. So it is a definite plus. I've had clients who would sell a house in DC or Virginia, 1,500 square foot, 3.2 for $1 million. Well, you have any idea what $1 million will buy you in Huntsville, Alabama? It would be a mansion. So the cost of living, food prices are low, gas prices are low, home prices are low. The cost of living here really remains low, especially when you compare it to like California, New York, Chicago, even Atlanta, even Austin in Texas, where a lot of folks are going. Cost of living here is extremely low. Now, there is a con that goes with that just a little bit, and primarily it's on the housing sector. The con is there's a low inventory of available homes. And I mentioned that a minute ago. We're at a 20-year low of available homes, but what's happening here is the builders are kicking in. Our building is increased dramatically. There's more apartments, there's more temporary housing going up. So yes, there is a low inventory simply because we have more people moving here than we have available homes. But again, that is being addressed as quickly as possible. So let's look at another pro, and that is the crime rate. We actually have a very low crime rate here, given the size of our city here in Huntsville. I mean, we are nowhere near the crime that you're going to see in a Birmingham or a Montgomery, an Atlanta, a Chicago. Huntsville, by and large, is a very safe place to live and work. Now, that's not to say that there's no crime here. There's crime everywhere, but the crime rate here, I think you are going to find, is really, really low compared to most places. Let's see, what is another, let's do another pro. And this is always something that I get asked about a lot, and that is the traffic. Now that's a pro, but you know what? A lot of people also see it as, as a con. Now here's why. The traffic here actually is not bad. The average commute time is 15 to 20 minutes, which if you're from DC or Atlanta is nothing. I talk to people all the time that are used to being in their car an hour and a half, 2 hours every day. So people moving here look at our traffic and they go, that's nothing. You know, the traffic does stack up on the inbound routes during rush hour, but very rarely does it stay still. It moves. And so the traffic here is nothing. Now, if you're from here, you complain about the traffic all the time. Because if you're like me, and I was born and raised here, there used to be no traffic here. No, it was a small town. Even, 30, 40 years ago, Huntsville was considered a small city. There was not a lot of traffic. So the people that complain about the traffic are typically the people who are from here. And, we got to complain about something, so it might as well be the traffic. Oh, the other thing that people complain about, but nobody does anything about, and I really think it's a pro, is the weather. I did another video on the weather here. We have some of the best weather you're going to find in the country. During the spring, we have what we call the sneezy springs because the weather is really nice, but there are a lot of things growing that if you've got, some problems with allergies, you might have to take something to get through. But by and large, it's a beautiful time of year. We got a fantastic fall. We do get those fall colors. We get no humidity. The temperature goes down. Our winters here are very mild. Okay, we rarely do we get below, I think, the 30s. We might get snow, just a dusting here and there. They'll tell you we get a couple of feet of snow, but most of that happens in the higher elevation. So, and the summers here are fantastic, although they are hot. They are humid. Temperatures in the summer typically stay in the 90s. The humidity here is pretty high. So if you go outside, you're going to sweat. But you can also get outside and do a whole lot of things, and that's the next pro. And I think this is a big pro here, and that is our nature. You get outside in the summertime because you can hike trails, you can climb mountains, you can rock climb, you can go out on the lakes, you can go out on the river, you can ski. There is just a countless plethora of things you can do here nature-wise. You know, we've got the Wheeler Wildlife Refuge, one of the largest wildlife refuges in the country here. Every year, millions of migratory birds come and hang out at Wheeler and poop on our cars. But there's always something to do here in the winter and the summer. The winter, again, we don't get the snow. You're not going to find a lot of skiing here. But every now and then, we do get the occasional snowman pop up. But by and large, we're in the South. This is a summer client. So the weather here is, I think, a total pro. We don't have, you know, the hurricanes. We don't have earthquakes. We don't have forest fires. We do have an occasional thunderstorm or tornado. But by and large, the weather here is a pro. Another thing that is a pro is proximity. Huntsville's proximity to other places that you may want to visit. And by that I mean we are in North Alabama, so we are an hour and a half south of Nashville, which is a wonderful place to visit. We are an hour and a half north of Birmingham. We're 3 hours to the west of Atlanta, and then we're 5 hours from Gulf Shores at the beach. So literally within a 5 or 6 hour car ride, you can get all over the place. If you want to go to the beach for a weekend, you leave on Friday, you come back on Sunday. If you want to go to Atlanta for the weekend, it's 3 hours. Nashville, an hour and a half. So our proximity makes us really a great place to live because you can get literally anywhere on the eastern seaboard in a matter of hours. So the proximity, I think, is very big. I have my list here and I'm looking. I know there are a lot more pros than there are cons. So again, to recap this, here are the pros: the city, the people, the opportunity here for education, for jobs. Cost of living is incredibly low. Housing is incredibly reasonable. The weather is great. The traffic is not bad. Low crime rate, the proximity in the country here, and everything that we have to offer you nature-wise. So let's see, what are my pros? Well, let's see, there's the city itself, mainly the rapid growth. People complain about the lack of things to do. They say there's low inventory in housing and traffic. But again, the opportunity, I feel like an idiot doing this, but what the hell. I'm going to show you with these visual aids that there is far more pros to living in Huntsville than there are cons. I can't believe I did that. So there you go. If you're thinking about moving here, those are what I would consider the pros and cons. I'm sure I've missed a few, but by and large, I think this is a pretty good list. So, hey, don't forget, if you are thinking about moving here, my company, Revolved Realty, we work with folks all over the globe coming here. I've had clients move here in the last year from not just the United States, but Germany, England, France, all over the globe. I've got 70 agents here who are ready to go to work for you to help you find the perfect home right here in Huntsville, Alabama. My contact information is below. If we can do anything for you here at Revolved Realty, even if you just want to talk about all of this stuff in person over the phone, I will be more than happy to chat with you. So, hey, that's it, guys. I hope you found the video informative. And if you've got any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below or call or shoot me an email. That's it. Get out of here. Make it a great day. Talk to you soon.